All right, so here is the entry to the house. Let's go in. And so there's the floor. It changes quite a bit as the sunlight changes, but it definitely has this leather look to it, and you can see the furniture is also leather. It's kind of a neat room. Some friends and I assembled it on April 1st, 2006, friends and family. So yeah, it's a post and beam construction building that was added on to a 1947 farmhouse. What you see in the background there, that's an old workbench. So the idea of the concrete floor, and this is a heated floor, by the way, it's got PEX tubing running through the concrete, and the whole thing is built on top of a wooden platform. So the concrete's only about 2.5 inches thick. So that's the finished floor. Obviously, I'm still missing some furniture. It's about 600 square feet, and the refinishing of the floor took me a little more than a week to finish. So I had a look at this concrete floor. I put this down in 2006 as part of this construction, and put an acid edge finish on it at that time, along with a sealer. Well, the sealer wore out, the acid etch stain has worn in many places, so it looks pretty. At this point, it's just been cleaned. I put about 40 hours worth of stripping and cleaning into this floor, so it's ready for a new finish, and that's what I'm going to do today. And that is begin the process of putting a new finish on it with acid etch stain and then a sealer. So I'm doing it 1/2 of the room at a time. Last time I did the whole room at one time. I'm going to try it a little different this time. And this will be my demarc line right across here. So most of this video is going to be in high speed because what I'm doing is pretty boring, but most probably haven't seen how this works. And it's been a long time since I've done it, so let's see if I can get it done. All right, let's get busy. I wanted to show you what I'm using here to walk on the floor. So right now I can walk on it because there's nothing on the floor, but once I put down the acid etch stain, you really don't want to walk on it with shoes or even stocking feet, or certainly not bare feet. What they suggest is like sports cleats, they being the manufacturer of the stain. Well, I don't play any sports that need cleats, so I'm playing sports. So what I came up with was the upholstery tacks in an old pair of shoes. Let's see how that works, right? Ready for a second round. This time I'm going to try and coat everything. Wearing my funky little staple shoes here. All right, it's time. It's been cooking now for just about 9 hours, I guess. 4 hours for the first coat, and then 5 additional hours on the second coat. So it's time to neutralize. That's what this is. Basically, it's a solution of baking soda and water to stop the acidification process. So I'll get started on that, and You got to spray it on and then scrub it off. Or not scrub it off, scrub it in. So I got my tacky shoes on. Let's get going. All right, after that deacidification process is finished, then you're supposed to agitate, which is basically scrub it and get the acid moving around, and then let it sit for about 15 more minutes. All right, here I am the next day, and I want to give you a look of the floor, see what the floor looks like. That's it right there. One thing that I decided that I want to do is, you see these lines here? I'm going to fill these with grout. That's what I've decided. After I put the finish on, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill it with grout, and then I'll put a small amount of finish, probably just with a brush, on the grout. So that'll finish that up there. But so here's the break point. That's the newly finished floor, and that's what it did look like. So after I put the finish on, then I've got to let it dry for a couple of days, and then I can move all the furniture to the other side. All right, so this is what the floor looks like after the first coat of the sealer. And it looks pretty good to me. It's interesting with all the light going on with it. Let's see if I can get a little closer on that. It just kind of looks cool to me, like leather, which I like. So it needs one more coat. It's dry to the touch, but it says you're supposed to wait 12 hours between coats, so that's what I'm going to do. Which means I'll be putting on that second coat at about 10:30 tonight. Sure, if I got enough light. All right, so here we are on day 3 of the floor job, and I'm thinking it looks pretty good. Day 3 of the first half, put it that way. Show you a better view of what it looks like. There you go. So it's pretty apparent at this point where it's finished and where it isn't, and I really like the way it comes out finished. So there you go. Yeah, still got some work to do. Obviously, another half of the floor. So there's the other half. I have to move the furniture, but this floor, even though it looks great, they say you want to stay off it for 48 hours. And it's been, I don't know, about 16 at this point. So I'll find something else to do for a few days. That's the update. More to come. Well, the floor is now redone, and I'm very happy with the results of it. Let me show you what products I used. First, after I finished the stripping process, which is very time consuming, using a citrus stripper. After I got that, the old material off and very clean, which does take a long time. Then I started with this concrete acid stain. It's from Direct Colors. This color is called Cola. Yeah, so That was what I originally used, so I'm keeping it that color. And then after the acid etch stain is on, and it's been on there for quite a long time, you have to clean it. Then the finish is this AquaSeal acrylic concrete sealer. Takes 2 coats of that.